Hi, I'm Tom with Sunrise Games. Back again with another daily Dacia. Answer some more questions. I'm here with Jacob, Lucy, and Joanna.
Hi.
So we're quite far through the game. Got a lot of the gameplay down. Guys, talk about it a bit.
Well, I worked a lot on like how the map looks, and I already designed the houses, most of them at least. And I have a solid idea of how the characters will look like when I'll get to draw the final stage of them. And I'm working on the trailer right now with the images for the trailer.
Cool.
I'm done. I'm mostly done with all the conditions to restore the buildings to their restored state, and now I'm moving on to working on a new system to receive offerings from followers from each season, and then when I will be done with that, I will move on to the reputation system with the gods and try to at last have a win and condition.
I'm still going through the poetry. It's hard to determine where the engine is at the minute, but I've managed to get most of the characters done. Such as the hunter and the warrior, so it was quite enjoyable doing some of them. I've also finished the poem for the trailer, and some of the other team members are working around that in order to make it fit into the schematic of the poem, and hopefully we'll have a decent trailer by next few weeks or so.
Yeah, I think next week will
Next
be
week,
good.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, the trailer's looking really good. It's looking really pretty and cool poem to go along with it. I'm hoping to get some music from Damien for that as well. It'll be really nice little thing.
The poem inspired drawings,
Yeah,
and then the
the
drawings inspired music.
Yeah, so it's all hopefully going to link together very nicely. Yeah, the game so far I think is going really well. It's sort of with the characters and the poetry. I'm starting to see characters rather than just sort of names on a spreadsheet now. I'm seeing
Stickman.
Yeah, it's not just stick.
I'm still seeing Stickman for now.
But they're seeming like actual characters. They have some personality now.
Yeah, when you look at the pictures and when you read some of the poetry, it does look.
Yeah,
nice.
it's more
The aesthetics start to come together.
Yeah, definitely. So we've been doing more work on the characters, as we just said. Jacob will talk a bit more in depth on that.
Yeah, well, most recently I've done the warrior, who goes by the name of Scorlo. I think that's pronounced right.
Yeah.
And Mukapor, who is the hunter. And I've managed to do some poetry for each of them. There's quite a lot of lines between them. And the hunter has lines which make him seem quite cool, he's quite a judgmental figure, I think, as well. Whereas Scorlo is quite ambitious and also a bit of a self-centered individual and only cares about his own personal gains and is a bit of an idiot about it in certain perspectives, but it adds traits and gives him a sense of almost like making him a real person. So
Yeah.
We can have all angels.
Yeah, it's not going to be a village full of perfect people who just want to further the village all together as a community.
It's good because people in real life don't always like each other every time, or
So
they don't match together very well.
Yeah.
Take for example the hunter Mukapor. He also has a hatred towards quite a lot of people because he's really judgmental of people. Most notably the lumberjack, because being a hunter, he cares for the environment in a certain perspective, like the idea that the ecosystem has to be balanced between being a hunter and killing too many animals, etc. Whereas the lumberjack, Viper, he's a bit of a dumb figure and just goes chopping down trees for the sake of it.
He likes to keep the fire going.
He probably used it for fire, but I
just chop them down and
I like to chop down trees, and I'm the best at it.
Yeah,
it just adds into the conflict, I think, and then just weighing up which one's better, and then that also has.
And we don't want mindless conflict where I just don't like them because I don't like them. I think we want the characters to have sort of backstories and reasoning behind their
Yeah, also because we chose making the characters with a god associated with them in
Yeah.
mind, sort of thing. So now each person kind of have some of the traits of the god, like they're sort of mirroring, but they're not as perfect.
Yeah.
It's just like reflecting
Yeah.
the traits.
But they're like sort of the human version. So
Yeah.
they've got the human
Exactly.
element. Yeah. So I think that's kind of some stuff we've done on characters recently.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We'll be up with a new video soon. We'll just have more questions probably. If you have any questions for us, put in the comments below. Make sure to follow our Twitters, which are in the description, and like our Facebook page, which we set up, where you can see concept art and our trailer when we finished it, which will be done soon. Thanks for watching, guys.